start recording. Okay. Let's give 2 more minutes for anyone else to come. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to start with the reading comprehension class. The thing is that it is pretty important because reading comprehension, oh my God. I don't want to see the phone. I have like 20 messages from teachers and everyone. Okay, as I was saying, one of the most important things is the reading comprehension. Why? Because it is 25 points for that. And the thing is the time limit. Okay, you're going to have 40 minutes to do the 5 parts of reading. So it is very important since the very, very beginning that you can practice reading comprehension and do it as fast as possible and following the different techniques for reading, because we have 2 techniques, the most useful ones, that is skimming and scanning. Have you heard about it?
Skimming
and scanning.
No, I don't know.
Okay. That's the most important reading. Those are the 2 ways that people can read and understand in another language. We have skimming, and scanning. Okay, let me go scanning down. Ting, 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 ting. What's the difference? When you do a skimming, the idea is that to get the general idea about the material. Okay, when you do skimming, you have a text and you read it fastly. Taga, 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 and try to identify the keywords.
Okay.
For example, see if it is about a recipe. Okay, if you read a recipe for, I don't know, for making a cake, which are the keywords? Eggs, flour, butter. Okay, but not only that, they are things that you know. You know that for making a cake, you need all that stuff. The important are the quantities. Okay, of course, you know, okay, I'm gonna use eggs to make a cake. But how many? I'm gonna need flour. How much? Okay, the order for mixing. Okay, eggs, beat. Beat the eggs, add the sugar, and everything else you discard it. Okay, skimming let people get the general idea about everything they read. On the other hand, scanning is used to get specific details about the material. Okay, for example, you are skimming and say, okay, flour, butter, but when you need to know the order or the precise quantities to use, you do scanning. Okay?
Okay.
Those are the 2 reading techniques that students should practice in order to be able to get the information, good evening, Domenica, the information you need.
Good evening, teacher.
For understanding and for completing that task in 40 minutes. Okay?
Okay.
And working under pressure. Because you're going to be sitting with a piece of paper and the examiners are going to be just in front of you and they have a big, big clock, a tick, 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 tick. Okay, they don't tell you, you have 5 minutes, you have 10 minutes. No, when it's finished, the 40 minutes are over, say, okay, drop your pencils. Drop your pencils, you're writing, drop your pencils. Because if you keep your pencil in your hand and you keep on writing after they say stop, you can be disqualified. Okay, they can tell you, no, you don't take the next part of the test. But why? Because you didn't drop the pencil at the moment the examiner asked you to do. Okay? So it is very important to manage. Good evening, Rai. I haven't seen you. Good evening, Dianis. I didn't see you when you came. Rai, can you turn on your camera, please? We're talking about the 2 techniques, Dianis, Rai, the 2 techniques for reading. Okay, that you use for reading and understanding text in the shortest time possible. Skimming, when you read and you get just the general idea, and scanning, when you look for specific details. Okay, and in that order. First you do skimming and then you do scanning. Okay, because if you have to answer questions about the reading, you need to do scanning. Okay? Got it right? Skimming and scanning? Even
Yes.
in the Spanish, they are called the same, skimming and scanning. Okay, those are the two most important, if not the most important techniques for reading. Okay, so let's go to an example. Okay, let's go to the reading practice test. We did 3-option multiple choice. We did matching. Let's go to 4-option multiple choice. Okay. No, we did this. We already did this. We go to the next part. Gapped text. Okay. Here you're going to have a text. Okay. And you're going to choose words to fill the blanks. So let's, first of all, let's do skimming. Please read the first paragraph as fast as you can. Only the first paragraph, please. Okay, which are the keywords? Which is the main idea here? The most important, good evening, Ariana. What's the most important terms in that paragraph? Notice how to save petrol and environment. So which are the most important words here? Ariana, we're working with skimming and scanning. Skimming, reading to get the general idea, and scanning, read to get specific details. Okay?
Miss, environment.
Uh-huh. Environment.
What is environment?
Environment, everything around you, the nature elements, the elements of
Medio
nature.
ambiente.
Yes.
Okay.
So important word, environment, but what to do with the environment? Destroy the environment, work with the environment. What is the main idea?
Protect.
Protect
and
the
save the
environment.
environment.
So the first thing that we detect when you're doing the skimming is protect the environment. What else? Which other words? What is important to protect the environment? Remember, it's skimming. I don't need you to understand every single word, but the most important ones, to recognize the most important ones. Change habits. Less damage. Good for your health. Those are the most important words here. Okay, because the name is how to save petrol, save money in petrol. Remember, British English petrol, American English gasoline. Okay, so the important here is how to save petrol, meaning that you get money, and protect the environment. Let's do the skimming for the second paragraph, please. Go to the second paragraph. It's very short. Only 3 paragraphs? No, it's longer. Okay, let's go to second paragraph. Read as fast as you can and try to find out which is the main idea, the most important words here. Remember, you don't need to understand every single word. You need to know which are the most important words if the name is how to protect the environment. Reliable.
Yes, what is?
That you can trust the service. For example, if you call an Uber an Uber taxi, every day at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you know that at that time you can find an Uber, you say, oh my God, in the morning, Uber is a reliable service. Okay, you can depend on it.
Available.
No. Available means disponible. Reliable means confiable.
Okay.
Confiables. Okay, so which one are the keywords here? How can you protect the environment and save money?
Using buses and trains.
Using buses
And trains.
and trains. And then give me a second. Using buses and trains. Okay. Basically that, but shorter journeys, you can get into shape. It doesn't have anything to do with protect the environment and save petrol. So that shorter journeys, get into shape. No, they don't have anything to do that you feel better or you get slimmer doing that. Nice. Let's go to the next paragraph. Why not share the journey? How often do you see cars with just one occupant, with the driver making the same journey as others nearby? Why not car share and half the cost of the journey? Which is the most important idea here, to protect the environment and save money, save petrol. Which is the most important idea there? How can you save money and protect the environment? Let's see. Ariana, which are the most important words in this paragraph? Remember, it's a skimming. You have to read very fast.
Driver making.
No. Dianis, which one do you think is the most important words? Which are the most important words here in this paragraph that means save money in petrol and protect the environment?
Living
Nearby. No. Domenica? How can you save petrol, save gasoline, and protect the environment? What should people do?
Car share and half the cost.
Car share. That's the most important. That if you share your car with people who live nearby and work at the same place, you save money and you protect the environment, because it's not the same 4 people going in 4 cars to a place than 4 people going in only 1 car. The level of pollution goes down. Nice. Let's continue. Remember, this is a process that you have to do as fast as possible. Okay? So let me put this a little bit up so you can see the 4th paragraph complete.
Changing your habits.
Changing your habits. That's the first important idea here. Change your habits. What else is important in this paragraph? What's next? What happens if you're in a traffic jam and your car is not moving?
Switch off the engine.
Switch off the engine.
The engine.
And then when you move, what do you have to do when you move your car? What can you do when the car is moving? What shouldn't you do?
Accelerate too quickly?
Yes, brake too sharply and or accelerate too quickly. Why? Because That's lead to you using more fuel. If you accelerate and stop, accelerate and stop, accelerate and stop, you will consume more fuel. And remember, protect the environment and save fuel. What else? Which other thing is important in this paragraph? That is something we do here in Latin America, and it is not needed because we are in a tropical weather.
Car thing about where?
Basically, it's this. Don't warm up the engine before you start your journey. Okay? Here in Latin America, some people still do it, but we don't need to do it. Okay? Some people, okay, I'm leaving in 10 minutes, so they turn on the car and before you leave. So you cause pollution and you spend fuel. So it is contrary to the subject of the reading. Okay, let's go to number 5. 5 and 6. Okay, only 5 because 6 is the same as the title. Okay,
Taking care
like
of
an
your
email.
car. Taking care of your car.
Take care of your car. Because doing all that thing that you will, but the important idea is take care of your car. Okay, so if I ask you to give me a summary. Good evening, Mr. Eric. I haven't seen you. Sorry. Okay, so if I want you to summarize the main ideas in that reading, what would you say? Remember, the name of the reading is How to Protect the Environment and Save Fuel, Save Gasoline. Okay? How can you summarize? Give me a short review of the text. Tell me. Let's see, Rai.
What is the question?
Can you give me a summary? Can you give me a summary of the
Text?
content of the text?
What is a summary?
A summary. For example, this text is about how to prepare a cake and tells you the ingredients and the quantities you need.
Okay.
Can you give me a summary? A short recall of the text? Eric, we're working with the 2 techniques for reading, skimming and scanning. Skimming for getting the important terms or the most important ideas, and scanning looking for complete answers. Okay, it is called skimming and scanning. What it is?
For protect the gasoline and environment.
Okay, it brings.
Okay. For protect the gasoline and environment, it's important to take care about the transport.
The way you move.
About don't changing my habits or habits. Take care about don't turn on the car before 10 minutes when I go to a journey.
Okay, good. Ariana, something that you can add to complement that? Some suggestion they make that he hasn't mentioned?
Repeat, please, teacher.
Okay, the reading has some other ideas apart to what Rai said. Which other ideas do they give in the text for saving fuel and protecting the environment?
Mm, mm,
You got to focus. Jessica, which other ideas did they say? Jessica, I'm gonna kill you. Dayanis, any other idea you noticed? Domenica, any other idea you noticed?
We need, or the article said, shape the car.
Check the car.
Shape.
Check.
No, SHAPA.
CHECK. Check.
No, shape. No sé si pronuncio bien. Shape.
Get your car in shape. In shape.
Yes.
Mantenerlo en forma. Get your car in shape. Okay? Domenica, any
Yes.
other idea that hasn't been mentioned? No, Dayanis? Any other idea that it hasn't been mentioned? Okay, what would be a good summary? Okay. Yes, tell me.
Apart from that was mentioned, the need of using a car where all automobile.
Car and automobile is the same.
And how often they use it.
Yes. So if I want to make a summary, I take the main ideas only. For example, this text is about protecting the environment and saving fuel. They give people ideas to do both. First of all, use public buses, use the public transport system as buses and trains that we have as main idea. Secondly, share your car with other people. Keep your car in shape. Okay, and do not warm up your car and drive consciously, not stopping and braking, but use your car in a conscious way. So you save fuel and you protect the environment. As you can see, we can take the main ideas, okay, and put all of them together to have a full idea. Why is that important? Because at the moment you read, okay, you have to use your understanding to do this. Okay, so notice there are websites where people can arrange to meet up. If your car is this old, you may need replacing. Make sure you carry out basic maintenance like checking the tire pressure regularly. Tire can be with Y or I, both are correct. Okay, try making more use of public transportation. These problems mainly affect the city centers. All that extra weight would put more pressure on the engine, but sometimes it is difficult for us to do the right thing. And they can also advise you on safer driving. Okay, 5 sentences have been removed from the text below. For each question, choose the correct answer. There are 3 sentences you don't use. Where are they? Here. We know how important it is to protect the environment. And here comes one of these sentences. Which sentence, A to H, should be in number 1? We all know how important it is to protect the environment. Which sentence should be there? From A to H. And let's vote. Let's do voting. Okay, so Ariana, which sentence do you think can be put there? From A to J.
I think letter A.
Letter A. Okay, you vote for letter A. Dianis? Which sentence do you think should be there?
I think is letter E. These problems
Letter
mainly
E.
affect the cities and centers.
Okay. Dianis, which one do you think should be there from A to H?
Letter E.
Letter E. So you agree, letter E. Domenica, which one?
Letter H.
Letter A. Mr.
H.
Eric? H. Okay.
Yes.
H. Okay, Mr. Eric? Which sentence?
Letter E.
Letter E.
E.
E. Jessica? Jessica! Jessica seems to be left. Okay, so let's see if your options. We all know how important it is to protect the environment. There are websites where people can arrange to meet up. What does people getting together have to do with protection of the environment? Nothing. So it is not letter A. Okay. Letter E. We know how important it is to protect the environment. These problems mainly affect the city centers. Which are the problems? They don't mention any problem here. So it is not A, neither A nor E. They can also advise you on safe driving. We all know how important it is to protect the environment. They can also advise you on safer driving. Who can advise you? They don't mention anyone here. So it is not letter H. So we have B, C, D, F, and G. Read the text. We now know how important it is to protect the environment, and tell me which one would be the answer. Let's see, right? Not A, not E, not H. Which one do you think is the one? I mean, check each sentence and see if it match, if it fit the idea. So, right? Which one do you think it is? And the others, check it. Check which
Letter
sentences.
G.
Letter G says Ariana. Okay, Mr. Eric?
Letter C.
Letter C. Okay. Domenica?
Letter G.
Okay, letter G over here. Domenica, Dayanis?
Letter B.
Letter B. Dayanis? Dayanis, which one do you think corresponds?
Letter B.
Letter B. Okay, let's see. We all know how important it is to protect the environment. If your car is this old, may need replacing. Here, they don't say anything about a car. So it is not this one. We all know how important it is to protect the environment. Make sure you carry out basic maintenance like checking the tire pressure regularly. They are not talking about a car, so this is not either. But sometimes it is difficult for us to do the right thing. We all know how important it is to protect the environment, but sometimes it is difficult for us to do the right thing. For example, if you are a motorist jumping in the car to go somewhere, is balanced against the knowledge of how harmful its journey can be. So people don't think about the environment. They just jump on the car and go. Okay? So here, of course, is letter G. Number 2. So we have letter G is ready. And now that you know the procedure, let's go to, do you really need to take the car? If the service is reliable, you'll soon get used to using buses and trains. In fact, for shorter journeys, why not take the opportunity to get into shape and go on foot? So, let's see, Eric, Mr. Eric.
Letter D.
Letter D. Try making more use of public transportation. Okay, nice. Right? Which letter do you think it is?
Letter A.
Letter A. Okay, let's see which one gets more votes. Dayanis? Dayanis, which one do you think it is?
Letter D.
Letter D, try making more use of public transportation. Domenica?
Letter E.
Letter E?
No, letter D.
Letter D. Mariana?
Letter E.
Letter E. So
D.
most of you agree that it is letter D or E?
Letter
I would
D.
like letter D. Okay, so most of you agree, letter D. Let's put letter D. Okay, so let's delete this. And let's cross out letter D. Letter D has already been taken. Okay, next. Why not share the journey? How often do you see cars with just one occupant, with the driver making the same journey as others living nearby? Why not car sharing half the cost of the journey? Okay, Ariana, which sentence do you think it is?
Letter H.
H. Okay. Right?
Letter H.
Letter H. Mr. Eric?
Letter H.
H. Domenica, Dayanis?
Letter A.
A or H?
A.
A. Okay, Domenica, which one do you think it is? A or H?
Letter H.
H. Okay, so let's write letter H because most of you said letter H. Okay, so let's cross. Let me delete this here. Delete this here. So letter H is over. Next, try changing your habits. Okay, wait. Here it is not like this. Give me a second. Okay, this is letter H. And this one is letter G. Okay, nice. G and H. And this is letter D. You agree it was letter D. Next, try changing your habits when you must use the car, plan your journey so they can go to all places you need to visit. I'd rather taking the car out again and again. If you get caught in a traffic jam, switch off the engine when you are stationary for a long time. Try not to brake too sharply or accelerate too quickly, as this will lead you to using up more fuel. On cold mornings, don't warm up the engine before you start your journey. And when you next put fuel in your car, think about whether you really need to fill up the tank. So let's see. Ariana, which one do you think comes? H is taken. G is taken. D is taken. Okay, which one do you think it is?
I think letter C.
Letter C. Okay, no problem. Letter C. Let's see which one gets the most, right?
Make sure. Letter C.
Letter C. Okay, Mr. Eric?
I'm not sure. Letter C.
Letter C. Domenica?
Letter C.
Letter C. So the Yanis, if you have any disagreement, you can have it.
I think letter E.
Letter E. Okay, nice. You see letter E, but most of you said letter C, so let's put letter C. Taking care of your car is important. Okay, let me cross letter C because you're already done this. Taking care of your car is very important, and keep your car regularly serviced so that it runs as efficiently as possible. Mr. Eric, which one do you think is the right option?
Letter F.
Letter F. Okay. Dayanis?
Letter E.
E. Okay. Ariana, which one?
Letter B.
Okay, Rai says letter B. Ariana?
Yes, letter B.
Letter B. Okay, Domenica?
Letter B.
E. Okay. Dayanis?
B.
A
No,
B.
E.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Dayanis, which one do you think it is? You might disagree. We can agree to disagree.
Letter E.
Letter E. So most of you said letter B. So let's put letter B. Okay, so most of you say letter B, letter B. Check. 40%. Okay, the ones that are left are the ones you made a mistake. Okay, so let's check. Let's see. Here, letter G is okay. Letter D is okay. Letter H is not right. Okay, why not share the journey? How often do you see cars? Here is that you agree with other people to use the only one car. Which of these sentences have to do with meeting people? Sorry,
Letter A.
letter A. There are websites where people can arrange to meet up. Remember, meet means get together, meet up, a phrasal verb. It means a verb plus a preposition. And meet up means get together. Then we have try changing your habits when you must use the car, plan your journey. So you can go to all the places you need to visit rather than taking the car out again and again. If you get caught in a traffic jam, switch off the engine when you're stationary for a long time. Try not to brake too sharply or accelerate too quickly, as this will lead you using up more fuel. On cold mornings, don't warm up the engine before you start your journey. And when you next put fuel in your car, think about whether you really need to fill up the tank. Okay? So, which one do you think it is? Remember, letter A is taken. Letter D is taken. Give me a moment. Which other one is taken? Is already taken. G is taken. D, GDA. GDA is taken. Okay. So which one do you think? A letter C? It is not. Because they say letter C is a mistake. Okay, which one?
Letter E.
Letter E, this problem mainly affects the city centers. Who else gives another idea? Who else? Mr. Eric, right? Ariana, do you think letter E is the right option or you have another option?
Yes, letter E.
You agree with letter E. Mr. Eric, right? Which do you think it is? Which do you think is the right one? Letter E? Do you agree with letter E?
No, is letter B.
Letter B for you.
Mhm.
Okay. Mr. Eric?
Mm,
Mr. Eric, I'm waiting for you.
letter B.
Okay, most of you said letter E, so let me write letter E. And finally, taking care of your car is very important. It's not the letter B, so which one is the letter? Taking care of your car is very important, and keep your car regularly serviced so that it runs as efficiently as possible.
H.
H. They also advise you on safe driving. Anyone else? H, one vote. Right?
These problems mainly is city centers.
Okay, these problems mainly affect the city centers. Okay. Domenica, Dayanis,
Letter C.
letter C,
Letter C.
letter C. So we have two letter Cs. So it should be letter C. Okay, the second letter C. Let's check. Again, the mistake is in letter E. Okay. Okay, so this is letter F. Okay. All that extra weight put more pressure on the engine. Where is the weight? You fill up the tank. If the tank is heavier, okay, you put more pressure on the engine and the engine consumes more fuel. Okay. So let's see. Let's get vocabulary. Vocabulary in the options A to H. Is there any word you don't know here or you haven't seen before? No problem with the vocabulary?
Can you scroll down?
No, just first before everything, the sentences.
Ah, okay.
There are websites where people can arrange to meet up. If your car is this old, it may need replacing. Make sure you carry out basic maintenance, like checking the tire pressure regularly. Try making more use of public transport. These problems mainly affect the city centers. All that extra weight will put more pressure on the engine, but sometimes it's difficult for us to do the right thing, and they can also advise you on safer driving. Is there a word you don't know or you don't get?
Yes, the word tire.
Tire, llantas.
Ah, okay.
Okay, the thing is that it's more common to see it in American English. Okay, that is tire instead of with Y. It is more common to see with I instead of Y. Any other? Let's get here. First paragraph. We all know how important it is to protect the environment. If you're a mother is jumping in the car, go somewhere, it's balanced again the knowledge of how harmful each journey can be, but did you know that making a few simple changes to your driving habits will not only do less damage at your work, but also will save you money and could even be good for your health? Vocabulary here? No problem. Second and third paragraph, please. Besides reliable, that I have already explained.
I know all the words in second paragraph.
Okay, what about Mr. Eric, Ariana, Damaris, Dayanis, Domenica? No problem with the vocabulary?
Yes.
Okay. Dayanis, Domenica?
No, teacher.
Okay. Rest of the paragraphs?
No problem.
No problem? Okay. Something very, 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 very important. Okay. It doesn't matter if you know the techniques, if you don't know the vocabulary. Okay, vocabulary is really, really important. And besides that, let me check something here. Let me get here this. Okay. Where it is. Let me check here. When you do reading in the text, okay, you are supposed to manage all this vocabulary. Okay, let me share with you so you can check the vocabulary you are supposed to manage perfectly for passing a B1 test. Countryside, computers and the internet, describing people, health, education, jobs, clothes and clothing, travel, shops and shoppings, collocations. That is the combination of two verbs, okay, like put up, take out, etc. Okay, they are collocations. Collocations are basically studied in the level A1 and A2, just with the verb get and the verb look. Get up, get out, get away, get into, get onto, okay, get in, and with the verb look up, look away, look at. But basically in B1 is when you see the collocations and you learn the collocations that you will need for the test. Synonyms, towns and city, music, weather, adjectives, and sports. Those are the topics in which reading are based. And you have the grammar part. For since, present perfect, we are going to prepositions add in on, preposition of time, during, for, and while, which are new. Report speech, frequency, passive in past, present simple or continuous, the differences and how to use comparisons and superlative, all the irregular verbs, and the use of yet and already. This is only the basics. Okay, to get a B1 minus, you need to manage all this, which is the hardest collocations, because they do not translate what you think. Okay, so this is the most important topic to understand, okay, regarding vocabulary. So try to read in English, try to do skimming and scanning with every reading you have. Okay, in the case of Rai, Dayanis, and Domenica, this week is about reading, skimming, and scanning. Okay, the others, I'm going to tell Mr. Jonathan to do some of that technique for the readings this week and the next one, or to do every single time you have a reading. Because notice, you have 40 minutes to do the 5 parts, and we took 50 minutes to do it. So more time that you have for all the 5 parts in the real test. So practice is the only way you can be successful. And with this, we finish for today, okay? Next Monday and Fridays, we're not going to have B1 masterclass, but only on Mondays. And Friday early morning, 7:30 to 8:30. That is a reading practice because this week is reading. Okay, next week is going to be speaking. Okay, you're gonna see the guidelines for a speaking test B1. So have a very good night. Wish you an excellent week and see you next time. Rai, Domenica, Dayani, see you tomorrow. The others, see you any other time. Okay, thank you for coming. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.